National Scouting Service is teaming up with coaches against drugs and driving drunk.
I'm CoachO, and I approve this message.
This podcast is brought to you by Two Pits Barbecue and Ophelia Soul Food Restaurant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am CoachO, and I am your host of the National Scouting Service Podcast Show. As you can see on the screen, we will be having a live interview tomorrow, this Sunday, at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time with Michigan's football. That's Michigan's University football signee, Xavier Muhammad. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be right here on the National Scouting Service Podcast Show. I am CoachO, your host. You can follow me on Twitter at CoachO Brown. You can follow the National Scouting Service on Twitter as well under at National Scouting. We do go live on a couple of platforms, one of them being Facebook, which is National Scouting Service. So please follow us on National Scouting Service Facebook page. We have a second page, which is National Scouting Service Podcast. We don't go live on there. We normally go live on our regular National Scouting Service on Facebook page, but we do post interviews and our shows or our live shows that we've had on the National Scouting Service Podcast Show on Facebook as well. You can also follow us on Instagram under National Scouting Service. We're going live now on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well. But again, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be interviewing our special guest, Mr. Xavier Muhammad, who have signed with Michigan University. He's out of the Houston area, so you want to tune in to that. Not going to tell you what high school he attends or he attended or he's attending now. We'll get into that on the show. But that was the little promo video that we have of Mr. Xavier Muhammad, who will be on our show tomorrow. Now, let's get into our sporting news. Got a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of information that's going on as well. And I know you all are ready for that. So first off, we're going to start with, we got a high school player that's on the move. I'm going to take myself off the screen, and that is Mr. Joshua Wells. He's Galveston County and Harris County, top 5A Division I quarterback out of LaPorte High School. He's been going to a lot of different camps, as you can see on the screen. I'm sorry for my TikTok viewers because I don't have my streaming code or Euro, as I've been saying on all my podcast interviews from TikTok of yet. But you can find this on YouTube under National Scouting Service. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anytime we're going live, you'll get a notification that we're going live. And on our shows, you can tune in on our shows, post your comments. We'll address the comments, and then you can be a part of the show as well. But this is Mr. Joshua Wells, LaPorte, star quarterback. He will be at a camp today at Texas Southern University, and I think that'll be the last of his camp tour that he's been on. I already have a couple of offers on the table, so we'll be waiting to see how that goes. We're also going to have him on our show at a later date as well. So you don't want to miss that. Again, on the screen is Mr. Joshua Wells out of LaPorte High School, and he's on his last camp tour, which he'll be featured today at Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas. Now, moving on. Don't know if you guys heard about this, but this is Mr. Brandon Sorsby, the former Texas Tech quarterback. He was investigated for gambling at other schools. I don't know necessarily if he was gambling at Texas Tech, but I'm going to say allegedly was gambling at other schools because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But he had won a litigation that he could play this year, but he decided to go into the like the NFL pre-sanctioned draft or the sanctioned draft that's after the NFL. Well, with that coming up, he has since been denied by the NFL, meaning that they weren't going to let him do this draft. I don't even think they're going to even have the draft anymore. So he changed the game in that. But he's also being denied by the Canadian Football League, who also won't allow teams to sign Brendan Sorsby, as you see on the screen. So it's a lot of things going on with him. I think his last option now is going to have to play in the Arena Football League. And I'm pretty sure the Arena Football League will welcome him because he will bring a lot of news and media to the Arena Football League, which will get them on the map. We'll get interviews with ESPN. It'll be featuring whatever team he's playing on with the NFL. But this former Texas Tech quarterback, Brandon Sorsby, is running out of options in 2026, as you can see with the NFL and the Canadian Football League. After and the Red Raiders mutually parting ways following his gambling admission, he subsequently dropped his lawsuit against the NCAA with the hope of entering the NFL Supplemental Draft. However, that will not happen. That will not be the case. The NFL ultimately decided not to hold a supplemental draft in 2026, I guess because he was going to try to put his name in the draft. It would have been the league's first since 2023. So they didn't have this supplemental draft. The last time they had it was in 2023. What's that? 3 years ago. And they was going to bring it back until this situation happened. Sorsby was hoping to be the first player selected since the 2019. The league sent a letter to Sorsby explaining that his petition to enter the supplemental draft was without any supporting information or documentation, and only after abandoning his recent litigation efforts to avoid NCAA sanctions. Now, I'm pretty sure Texas Tech had a conversation with him because it was other schools that were saying that if this guy get to play, we're going to take y'all off the schedule. Now, I don't know if they was going to try to forfeit games if he was going to play, but the NCAA couldn't afford that as well because it's a lot of money in this game, as you can see with NIL deals. Now, to avoid sanctions, the NFL said it does not provide a basis for the league to alter those plans. So even though he won, they was going to let him come back until other schools start complaining about it. Now, the Canadian Football League has officially barred quarterback Brandon Sorsby from joining any of his teams of being added to the negotiation list this season due to his NCAA gambling scandal. The Canadian Football League also announced that they will not register a contract for him, citing that the allegations involving him are serious and concerning, and the upholding the integrity of their league is permanent. So as you can see, they're not playing with him. I don't think he has anywhere else to go. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that. He's not playing in the NFL. He's not going to be in the supplemental draft. And he's not going to get an opportunity of playing in the NFL as well. Now, in college news, in being banned, practices, and mega camps. We already talked about Brandon Sorsby. He's a part of being banned and don't know when he'll be allowed to come back. Don't know how many years they're going to put on him for not being able to play. If you didn't know this is for some of you athletes that's going to college. You know, colleges had a lot of practices and scrimmages and stuff like that. Well, the NCAA new practice numbers has been dropped. Starting in 2027, Division I programs will only get 21 on-field practices between spring and summer instead of the current 15 spring practices. Fall camps will be shortened from 25 days to 21 days. So now, whether they want people to report early for the summer or late in the summer, they're not going to get all these practices that they used to get. So I like to see how that's going to pan out. Either they're going to let them come at the ending part of summer, which I would think, let these kids have fun, train if they're training at home, which they should be doing. train, and then in the second part of summer, bring them back. So then after they finish practicing, you can do all your little fun events with your upperclassmen, senior upperclassmen, middleclassmen, and your underclassmen, and they're already on campus or at their apartments, and then they can just start going to school, whether they're going to school physically by having to go to classes or they're doing them online. So I like to see how that's going to pan out. Also, college players are now allowed to attend mega camps. So if you didn't know about this, yep, it's going to happen. College players are now allowed to attend mega camps. No, I don't know if you know anything about this, but the college players that are playing like at these low division schools and stuff like that, and they trying to get to the big NCAA schools, they are now allowing Division I as well as Division II athletes to attend these mega camps. Now, a Fort Hays State defensive end, Exodus Johnson, attended Northern Colorado, a mega camp over the weekend, and I'm not saying it was this weekend, it was probably last weekend or the weekend before. I'm just now getting the information. But a mega camp over the weekend usually meant for high schoolers to show off their skills in front of coaches from around the region. Now, if you don't know anything about these mega camps, some of them I think they're a money grab. That's just my opinion. But some of them are real camps. Like they may list, I don't know, the University of National Scouting Service attending this mega camp, and University of National Scouting Service may really show up. And that gives these athletes who's not getting highly recruited an opportunity to display their skills in front of college recruits. And this also helps college recruits who are not able to reach out to kids that they don't know anything about, or probably don't have the means of attending the school because it's not an official visit that get paid for, that now they can come and see them and may spot a diamond in the rough. Now, with these mega camps, yes, the athletes get to show their skills. It's for high school kids, but now Division II level athletes or NAI athletes can go to these camps. I said Division I, but that's not true. Division II, Division III, NAIA, or JUCO players. Johnson was originally a member of the class of 2024 and spent one season with the Tigers at the Division II level, but did not receive any playing time. Now, it's videos out of this guy at these camps and training, and he can go. I don't know what happened at the school. Don't know if he was ineligible while he was there, got into it with a coach, felt like the team wasn't good enough for him. I don't know. I don't know what happened or what occurred, but this young man can play. I'm telling you. Well, I don't know if he can play. His skill sets and the drills that they was doing shows that he's aggressive, he's strong, he's quick, and he looked like he's an athlete. After receiving backlash online, Johnson was quickly to point out that Northern Colorado's website did specify that Division I and Division II players currently in the transfer portal were eligible to participate in these camps. So I guess the school that he played with, or another school, Northern Colorado that he played with. So I was not wrong. Division I and Division II players can go to mega camps now if they are in the portal. So that means they are not a part of a school, so institution, so they can go and participate at these mega camps, which I don't think is fair, but they say you have to compete because when you play on the college level, whether you're a freshman, you may nowadays be playing against a 26 or 27-year-old. You may be a young man amongst men, so you got to get out there and ball. That's why you have to train and stay in shape, because you got to be one notch ahead of these guys that already have a skill set. But Division I and Division II players can attend these mega camps. My question to you all: should transfer be allowed to attend these camps? I say it's kind of unfair, but you got to get in where you fit in, and you got to show and display your skills, because you're going to be playing against these same caliber players, whether you go to a JUCO, NAIA, Division III, Division II, or a Division I school. Next we have is the craziest NIL deals that you have heard of. Now, I'm going to play this video, and that's going to be the end of our segment on today's show. So you definitely want to tune in tomorrow. We will have a special guest, Mr. Xavier Muhammad, on our show at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, the craziest NIL deals that you may have heard of. Some of the craziest record-breaking offers And while this contract demands include, now check this out, a lot of players are not looking forward to going to play in the NFL. They can get these big contracts by playing on the college level. And if you think I'm lying, you can research it because I did. Deal number one, a $10.5 million quarterback flip. Yep, a quarterback flip. So that means, if you don't know what flipping means, this quarterback probably was going to go to another school already verbal committed, and then another school came with a bigger offer, and then he decided, nope, I'm going with this offer. Michigan successfully flipped a top 2025 quarterback recruit by the name of Bryce Underwood from LSU, which where he was going to go. What I just told you, he probably was at another school, was verbally committed, and he decided to go to another school. Underwood from LSU with an eye-popping NIL offer reportedly worth $10.5 million over 4 years. Now, I'm pretty sure some stipulations on that because when these players leave, schools are starting to sue them now of breach of contract. Remember that, players, and be sure you're paying taxes on your money. But anyway, he was going to go to LSU. Now he's going to Michigan, $10.5 million deal. The next one we have is an $11 million bidding war, meaning other schools probably was bidding to try to get this athlete. During his highly publicized recruitment, top quarterback Jaden Rashard was reportedly offered an $11 million NIL package by the Florida Gators before ultimately committing to the University of Miami Hurricanes, a deal that later fell through. So that means he got this deal, just wasn't getting it from the school that $11 million deal. Next we have up, last but not least, him an $8 million for a true freshman. Now you got a true freshman coming in. True freshman means he's already attending the school, I assume, because that's what it meant back when I was in school. But that was a long time ago with the leather helmet days. But he's a true freshman, and he's also a quarterback. So quarterback Nico Limavila, y'all know I jack up names, Limavila signed a massive deal with the University of Tennessee collective. He had a collective deal. Sprice Sports Group, it was with Sprice Sports Group, that could be worth up to $8 million by his junior year. While non-financial demands and another wild recruiting saga, a unnamed top-tier prospect gave a school an extreme wish list. Now, this is different, but we're going to go back to the quarterback Nick Limavila. Now, he had signed a massive deal with Tennessee. It was a collective deal, but it was through Sprice Sporting Group, who I'm pretty sure made a deal with Tennessee to get this kid so they can market him. That would be worth almost $8 million by his junior year. So don't know if he's still at Tennessee. They did offer him a deal. I don't know if he's on the move, but that's what happened with this young man. Now, I was telling you about this wild non-financial demand. This was by an athlete. Now check this out. Wild non-financial demand. And another wild recruiting saga, a unnamed top-tier prospect gave a school an extreme wish list before committing, allegedly. That's why I'm not giving you the name. The demands including a signing bonus, so he wants a signing bonus with the school, a guaranteed jersey number, meaning he don't want to have to work for the jersey that an All-American or a 3-time All-American or a 4-time All-American or a top soon-to-be draft pick number probably be wearing, a flight and housing stipends for parents. So he wants his parents to have a housing stipend where they can fly to and from games as well as probably stay in an Airbnb, a condo, or a luxury hotel. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Campaign funds for awards. I don't know what he needed campaign funds, so he want to have a campaign to win an award instead of work for it. I don't know, but this is what he wants. And even a preferred walk-on spot for his best friend, who probably can't play worth a damn. I'm just saying. That's what he wants. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got a lot of things that's going on in the sports world. I don't know how these kids coming up with these things, who they hearing it from, but this is what's going on. Now, I'm about to end this segment with a video that you have to hear that you know so you can see that Coach O not lying. I'm telling you, these are what these top athletes are doing, or alleged top athletes that's in high school, may get to college and don't pan out. But I got a video for you. These interviews raise some questions for us at National Scholar Service about the current landscape of recruiting, NIL deals, and the influences surrounding young athletes. They see other players doing it, they feel that they can do it. If they have the stats, I should get an NIL deal. In my opinion, well, in our opinion here at National Scholar Service, some of the questions and topics presented during the interview did not appear to be prioritized. The long-term best interest of the student athletes should always be in the viewer or the interviewer of the person interviewing these athletes. Why I'm saying that is, you don't want to get an athlete on your show and you jeopardize them their eligibility. Some of these questions that are being asked of these athletes, they are young men, they're not thinking before they ask these questions, and they just answer the questions. Here at National Scholar Service, we don't give our student athletes the question because we don't want people to think that it's being staged. Because Coach O likes to ask these athletes like, hey, let's go run the 40. I know I can beat you, but I know damn well I can't beat them in the 40, and I like to see them laugh. Now, I may ask them, hey, let's get in the gym, and let's see who quit first. I'm not saying I can lift more than them, but let's push the bar a little bit. Instead of doing 4 reps or whatever, let's do 5 reps. Let's do 6 reps. And then let's go do a little conditioning afterwards. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, with NIL opportunities continue to expand in college athletics and the potentially making their way into high school sports, because it's coming. If it happened in college, it's about to happen in high school. Many states, the environment surrounding recruiting and athletes developing is changing rapidly, which it is. It's not going to go backwards. It's going to continue to go forward. As many become a larger part of sports, there are important questions that parents should ask, coaches, schools, and governing bodies must consider. How will athletes be educated and protected as they navigate endorsement opportunities? Are they telling them they got to pay taxes on this money? Are they telling them if they leave the school, their contract may be non-void and they want their money back? And they probably already spent this money or buying their parents' homes, cars, jewelry, or whatever the case may be, helping them with medical issues. I don't know. Financial decisions, social pressures, and outside influences. They see others doing it, they want to do it. They see others buying these Lamborghinis, but they probably got a $120 million contract. You probably got an $8 million contract, and they ain't telling you that you got to pay taxes on these $8 million contracts. I'm just saying, what safeguards should be in place to ensure that young athletes are making informed decisions? Another topic worth discussing is academics. There was a time when schools and athletic programs frequently highlighting academic All-Americans and celebrated academics achievements alongside athletic success. You don't hear that anymore. You don't even hear about athletes failing or becoming ineligible. It's not a thing of this time. Why? Some of these athletes probably not even going to school, allegedly, or class, I should say. That's why some of them you don't hear about allegedly graduating. They go on to the NFL. But anyway, that's here and there to say. But anyway, all Americans are celebrating academic achievements alongside athletic success. Today, it seems those stories receive far less attention. And why? Why is that? Are academics still receiving the same emphasis within recruiting and collegiate athletics? Are these recruits that's coming to your home telling you that they want your kid to graduate at the top of the class? To even have a 4.0 GPA? Or are they just talking about that he have a chance to play, we can give him an NIL collective deal, or he can make this type of money? I don't know. I'm not in the room. Are schools doing enough to recognize student athletes who excel in the classroom as well as on the field? How about some of these NIL deals you tell these collegiate athletes or high school athletes, if you maintain a 4.0 GPA, we'll give you a $1.2 million signing bonus or a bonus. Or if you hold a 4.0 GPA after the first semester or second semester, we'll give you some more incentives. Just throw it out there. Athletes' talent can open doors, as we know. That's why they're getting these NIL deals. But education remains the foundation for long-term success. Because when your college days are over, what are you going to do then? What type of degree do you have? Are these same schools going to let you come back and coach? Are they going to say that you're going to need a degree to be able to coach? Just asking. Athletic talent can open doors, but education remains the foundation for long-term success. As the business side of sports continue to evolve, because it will, maintaining a strong commitment to academics may be more important now than ever before. I was a prime example of that. Took me a long time to go back to school to get my degree, but I did. Got 2 of them. I'm trying to tell you, somebody need to get in these student athletes' ear and tell them about education. Yeah, they all deserve the bag. I think every athlete deserves a NIL deal, but with limitations. We want to hear from you because I'd like to know what your opinions are. Inbox me, could have dropped them in a comment, we could have addressed them on the show. Has the NIL deal shifted the focus away from academics? Or can student athletes successfully balance both high school and collegiate level sports when maintaining or obtaining the bag? Again, I am Coach O. This is the National Scholar Service Podcast Show. The video I was telling you all about, I'd like you to take a look at it. I'm going to take myself off the screen once again so you can view this video. It's very interesting to me because these things are actually happening. And they may be happening with a student athlete that you know or your student athlete. But anyway, check out the video.
A couple of schools has offered a couple females out for me to commit to that school.
What did he say?
He said no.
That's what he said.
Today we're at OT 75 and we're going to be asking players what's the craziest NIL deal they've ever been offered.
Someone had offered me like it's like a little townhouse, like a 2-story townhouse. It was super nice. I ain't gonna lie.
Going to the club. Next question.
A car, like a really nice car.
Like, what kind of car?
Anyone I wanted, probably.
Like every week they have girls calling me, like FaceTiming me and stuff like that.
Far from schools.
Girls calling.
I ain't talk money yet with schools because I'm underclass, so I ain't talk money.
Can't say. Can't say that.
Well, there you have it. You seen the video. Didn't make this up. But again, I am Coach O, your host of the National Scholar Service Podcast Show. Continue to follow us on our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, National Scholar Service. We're on Facebook. We have 2 Facebook platforms, one being National Scholar Service, the other one being National Scholar Service Podcast. We do go live on National Scholar Service. We also have our own podcast radio station, which is Station Head. You will have to download the app, follow National Scouting. If you inbox us, we'll create a playlist in your name with 5 of your favorite artists, send us 5 of your favorite artists, which also be will be featured on Spotify. We're on Spotify as well under National Scouting Service, so you can go listen to any of our podcast interview by audio if you're not a visual person. And I am on Twitter at Coach O'Brown. You can follow me, inbox me. National Scouting Services on Twitter as well under National Scouting. We're also on TikTok, which we're going live on TikTok as well. If there's a student athlete out there or a coach or a trainer that you think we should interview on our show, please inbox us, send us their information. We'll get everything set up for them to be a part of our show. And we really appreciate all of you tuning in. We appreciate our fans as well. We'd like to give you all a round of applause. But again, I am Coach O, your host of the National Scholar Service Podcast Show. And here goes the outro, because I have to go.
Play hard, work hard, play hard.
If I can't do it, homie, can't be done. Now I'ma let the champagne bottle pop. I'ma take it to the top. Yo, I'ma make it hot, baby.
Another one.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. myself. My name is...
Oh.